Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English News of Binh Phuoc Radio Television Station and Newspaper. I'm the one now following are the headlines of today's news. Norwegian Ambassador visit Binh Phuoc Province. Binh Phuoc Tax Department holds dialogue with businesses. Binh Long Town launches emulation campaign in 2023. Prime Minister of Vietnam and Luxembourg hold talks in Hanoi. Communist Party of Vietnam and Cuba strengthen cooperation. April's Consumer Price Index is down 0.34% month-on-month. And now are the details. Authorities from the Binh Phuoc Provincial People Committee met recently with Norwegian Ambassador to Vietnam, Hill Sobakken, who were visiting the southeastern province to explore opportunities for economic cooperation.
Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Trần Minh, highlighted the province's advantages such as large land fund, abundant human resources, good geographical location, and favorable infrastructure networks. She noted that Binh Phuoc is now home to 13 industrial parks with occupancy at nearly 68%. 5 are fully occupied. The province plans to zone off 17 industrial parks in the 2021 to 2030 period with a total area of 10,000 hectares. It has attracted over 370 foreign direct investment projects from a range of countries and territories worldwide with $3,465 million in capital. Minh said she hopes the ambassador will help promote the strong bonds between Norway and Vietnam, especially Binh Phuoc province. The ambassador's visit aims to seek cooperation opportunities for European companies who wish to learn more about the local cashew nut industry, demand among cooperatives, and the establishment of supply chains. Earlier, she held several working sessions with the local union of cooperatives, the Association of Peasants, and the Cashew Nut Association.
The Tax Department of Binh Phuoc Province recently hosted a dialogue with businesses to remove the bottleneck they face in production and trade activities.
The meeting focused on addressing concerns about support in tax declarations and payments, the implementation of new tax policies, and removing obstacles facing businesses. 4 key issues relating to tax policies and obligations were passed on to businesses, including tax declarations and finalization for 2022, e-bill payments, the government's decree on extending deadlines for the payment of value-added taxes, corporate income taxes, and personal income taxes, and the standardization of data for personal identification according to official letter number 846 from the General Department of Taxation. Businesses greatly appreciated the dialogue and hoped it will be held regularly. In addition to direct discussions, the Provincial Taxation Department also distributed questionnaires to individual businesses to identify their concerns.
The People Committee of Binh Long Town in the southeastern province of Binh Phuoc held a conference recently to review emulation and commendation work last year and to launch the emulation campaign in 2023.
The People's Committee completed all targets last year. Production value rose 11%, while total budget collections exceeded $1.2 trillion, surpassing the annual target by 6%. In particular, in response to the nationwide movement to support the poor and leave no one behind, the town helped 97 households escape from poverty, surpassing the target set by the Provincial People's Committee and the Town's People's Council by nearly 50%. The Townspeople's Committee was also presented with a Labour Medal Third Class for its outstanding achievements in rural development. 2 collectives in the town were honored with a Labour Medal Third Class and emulation flag. More than 40 collectives and over 90 individuals received emulation flags as certificates of merit from the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee. Over 120 collectives and 1,770 individuals were praised by the Townspeople's Committee. Binh Long Town will continue to promote national patriotic emulation campaigns this year and surpass the annual targets.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on May the 4th chaired an official welcome ceremony for his Luxembourg counterpart, Xavier Bettel, who is on an official visit to Vietnam from May the 3rd to May the 5th.
It is Xavier Bettel's first official visit outside Europe in 2023 and the first by Luxembourg Prime Minister to Vietnam in over 20 years. Vietnam and Luxembourg set up diplomatic ties on November 15, 1973. As of March 2023, Luxembourg has invested $2.6 billion in 64 projects in Vietnam, ranking third among the 24 European members and 17th among the 139 countries and territories investing in the Southeast Asian nation. The two prime ministers visited a photo exhibition co-organized by the Vietnam News Agency and the government's office, which featured the land, people, and achievements of the Vietnam-Luxembourg collaboration ties. Prime Minister Truyền stated Vietnam treasures the friendship and multifaceted collaboration with Luxembourg and that his guest official visit holds great significance. Prime Minister Bettel expressed his delight at the meeting with Prime Minister Truyền again. He also highly valued Vietnam's recent socio-economic achievements. Both hosts and guests agreed on some measures for enhancing the political trust, friendship, and multifaceted collaboration between the two countries. The two leaders also concurred in reinforcing ties in other areas such as culture, science and technology, information and communications, people-to-people exchange, tourism, and climate change response. At the talks, the Prime Ministers also exchanged views on regional and international issues of common concern. Following the talks, Prime Minister Truyền and Bettel witnessed the signing of a protocol on the tax issue and an agreement on the strategic partnership in green finance between the two finance ministries. They also had a meeting with the press to inform the outcomes of their talks. On the same day, National Assembly Chairman Binh Phuoc hosted the reception for Prime Minister Xavier Bettel. Chairman Phuoc said the Vietnamese National Assembly highly appreciates the friendship and cooperation between the two countries. He suggested the two sides promote collaboration and share legislative experiences in the fields of finance, banking, securities, and insurance, among others. Prime Minister Xavier Bettel informed the host that during his talks with Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, Luxembourg announced two projects worth 7 million euros to support Vietnam in environmental protection and climate change adaptation. On this occasion, he expressed his wish that Vietnam would soon remove visas for Luxembourg citizens. The host agreed with the guest proposal and conveyed invitation to the Speaker of the Luxembourg Parliament to visit Vietnam.
Politburo member and permanent member of the Communist Party of Vietnam Central Committee Secretariat Trương Thị Mai held talks with Politburo member and permanent member of the Secretariat of the Communist Party of Cuba Central Committee Roberto Ojeda in Hanoi on May the 4th.
At the talks, both sides evaluated the implementation of the collaboration and exchange agreement during the 2018-2023 period between the two parties. They also sketched out the focus of collaboration between the two parties in the time to come. The two officials agreed that both parties need to enhance high-level exchanges and work to further strengthen collaboration in all fields. The sound relations between the two parties must lay the foundation for the bilateral collaboration, they said, adding, competent authorities of both sides should work closely to carry out collaboration mechanisms and bolster cooperation in potential fields. The two-party officials then witnessed the signing of an agreement on exchange and cooperation for the 2023-2028 period between the two communist parties.
The Consumer Price Index (CPI) in April decreased by 0.34% month-on-month, but increased by 2.81% year-on-year, according to the General Statistics Office.
In the first 4 months of this year, the index rose by 3.84% year-on-year, mainly due to increases in prices of education, housing and construction materials, culture, entertainment and tourism, food, and electricity. In April, 7 out of the 11 groups of main consumer goods and services witnessed price decreases, and the remainder saw rises. Notably, a 0.38% fall in the price of food and catering services, caused a decline of 0.13 percentage point of the CPI. Gold prices in April were up 2.04% month-on-month, but down 1.09% year-on-year. In January to April, the prices rose by 0.66% year-on-year. Meanwhile, the USD price in April fell 0.89% month-on-month, but rose by 2.5% year-on-year, leading to a year-on-year increase of 3.21% in the first 4 months of this year.
Moving on to our 30-second SEA Games news, the capital of Phnom Penh and 4 satellite cities are ready for the biggest sporting event in the region. To serve the 11 participating countries promptly, 6,000 selected volunteers have promoted their youthfulness and contributed to the success of the first ever SEA Games held in Cambodia. More in the following.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6,000 volunteers are undertaking more than 20 different talks, serving for the SEA Games 32. Their distinctive purple and white uniform appear everywhere at the competition venue. They are assigned to positions such as receptionist, MC, interpreter, international assistant referees, transportation for domestic and international sport delegation, logistics, victory ceremony, and more.
Participating as a volunteer for the 32nd SEA Games, in recent days, Mao Kongchiram, a friend from the University of Phnom Penh, have been present at the Royal University of Cambodia indoor hall, where Ok Chachang or Cambodia Chess, the earliest competition, is held. They are responsible for guiding the move and providing logistics for the 7 countries participating in the SEA Games. With a spirit of enthusiasm and volunteerism, they strive to complete their assigned tasks to the best of their abilities.
For me, I am happy and to see the volunteer. It is my first time to my country join the host in Cambodia. It is a wonderful time. It is a happy time with a volunteer in SEA Games.
As the representative face to make an immediately impression on international visitors, more than 6,000 volunteers selected from the university across the country not only have foundations of good health, language skill, social understanding, and communication abilities, but they also have a strong sense of self-awareness, enthusiasm, dynamism, and most important, high sense of responsibility.
I am in charge of cleaning to ensure the green, clean, beautiful for the competition venues. Many people are coming to watch the SEA Games, so it is difficult to volunteering. Our responsibility is to immediately collect and clean up the area inside and around the competition areas. I want the athletes to feel the most comfortable and focus on the competition.
It's not easy to have such a good opportunity to become a SEA Games volunteer. We will be the best goodwill ambassadors to assist everyone. We hope that from this meaningful work, we will be the bridge to make Cambodia a friendly and hospitable country, ready to become friends with the whole world.
The volunteer force will be an important part of the event and carry a significant responsibility. That is helping athletes and foreign visitors better understand the country and Cambodian people through the biggest regional sports event.
Despite the heavy workload, they are always highly conscious of expressing pride and self-respect for Cambodia, a small country with a big heart that aims to satisfy anyone who comes to the land of the temple.
Now that is all for today on BPTV News. Thanks for your watching and goodbye for now.